Hello and good morning, everyone. My name is Maurice Rothwell, English trading coach here at Traders Club 24 in Hamburg. Today is the 22nd of January 2021, and it is a Friday morning here, and we're going to be jumping into our German market opening trade on the Dax. So straight into it, as always, let's go and open up a new DAX chart. Once we do this, we're going to right click, go to our templates, and we've got our Traders Club 24 open range breakout DAX. Open that into the chart, we're going to see a few things. These horizontal purple lines are our big numbers, and then when we get into the chart, we're going to see our orange box here is our open range breakout. Next minute, we're going to enter in our Swiss box. Okay, click OK. Once we've got that in our chart, we can open up our box, and I'm going to place it at the entry here. So we've got, just had to fast forward that as we're quite late this morning, 9 o'clock, we've got our German market opening. So over here we can see our orange box. This is our open range breakout, and usually what we're doing is taking the highs and the lows, because at 9 o'clock German time right now we have the Frankfurt Stock Exchange opening, where we see the collision of the two markets. We get the futures market and the cash market colliding, and at this point we're going to see a breakout of this range. So here we've got a 23.5 point range, and we should see a breakout from this area right now. So just input our Swiss box into the chart. As you can see, it's pretty straightforward. We've got, if I go over to here, we can see we've got a green line and a red line here. So these two lines represent two pending orders, the green being a buy stop and the red being a sell stop. Essentially what we're trying to do here with this range is we're trying to trap the market in this range before any expected breakout, in order to catch the breakout on its way. As you can see, I placed that trade here, and we've broken out of that green line here, and we've triggered our first trade. So if we go over to this configurator in the corner, we can see one dot trade, and it's currently green, telling us that we're in our first trade, and it is a buy. So as soon as that's triggered, our take profit appears into the chart automatically, this blue line here, and it's set to however we have our presets. So, however, should the market now reverse as it has done here, we're going to fall straight through the bottom of our box, past our red line, triggering our second pending order into a sell. If we go over to the configurator in the corner, we can see 2.trade with a red. So it's telling us it's the second trade, and we're currently in a sell position. As soon as that's triggered, we have our take profit move from the top to the bottom of our screen, as you can see here. And this will continue for a few trades on, but up to a certain amount of trades. Of course, we can't continue to trigger trades in opposite direction. The way that it works is it's on a sort of a hedge multiplier principle, where, as we can see here, the lot sizes do change. So we get double, nearly triple the size, 2.5 times bigger on the second trade, and then so on and so forth. Every trade will be a little bit bigger than the last in order to cancel out the previous trade and make up for the loss of points in our box. Now, the way that I have my settings here is that my take profit will always be set 2 times the size of my box distance away from the last trade. So if my box is now 12.5 points, we can see that that take profit line is now 25 points away from that box. As we can see, we've now triggered into a third trade. The market's ranging a little bit here, but this will continue on for a certain extent. This is the reason why we stick to trading just the market openings for German or the US market opening, or any kind of big news announcements. Like last year in November, we had the presidency elections, and it was very volatile in the markets. Of course, a lot of traders will like to stay away from volatile markets, but we here, Traders Club 24, with the Swiss box, that's where the Swiss box works best, in these volatile markets. So A maximum we need about 32.5 points movement in either or direction to be in and out of any one trade. And of course, we're in our fourth trade here now. So what I would always do is move that take profit just a few points, and as we can see, it really improves that target profit. Now you might be coming over and looking at the lot sizes saying that they're quite big lot sizes, but you can see over here our margin is very small because we work on this hedging principle. We have a 0% hedging option. So it works in our favor in the end. As long as we've got the volatility, it should never be a problem for us to be in and out of any trade. Of course, we can always go of working with support and resistance areas and arranging our Swiss box in that on those lines in order to catch any kind of resistance pullback or any kind of bounce off a support line is, a perfect example of how the Swiss box can be used. So we're about 4 minutes into our opening now. We're still waiting for that main movement. So we'll just wait now for the market to decide in which direction it would like to move. As we all know, to try and predict in which direction the market is going to move is extremely difficult. I mean, at the end of the day, it's a 50-50% chance. It's a gamble. We can always look at and do a lot of chart analysis. Excuse me. We can always do a lot of chart analysis in order to predict in which direction it could go. But at the end of the day, the market will always decide to go in its own direction. So we've taken that stress as it is out of the situation with the Swiss box, saying, okay, so we always know when there's going to be a breakout. We just don't know in which direction. So why should we always stress out and try to predict in which direction the market's going to break out to? So that's how the Swiss box came around. Why do we need to predict it? We don't. So we use the Swiss box, and it pretty much ups our chances of catching the breakout in whichever direction it may go. As we can see, I've also got another one open on this chart. As we get back to our first chart over here. So as you can see, our take profits are set quite small. My target profit every day is 0.076%, but we're not about making these big trades. So we're not trying to gain, hundreds or thousands of euros per trade. It's all about consistency. So as long as every trade I close it all the time is in profit, however small that profit may be, that's a success for me. And it's once you get the consistency and flow, then you can think about optimizing your trades to up the profit a little bit. But you make, for an example, I make 5 to 15 trades a day. Very small trades. We're normally in and out within the 10-minute range, and we're well on our way to hitting those targets of 0.5% or 1% per day. Again, it all depends on the markets. If they're volatile enough, then we can also make more trades. But if the volatility is not there, then it's best to just stay away from the market on those days, um, as we've got more than enough time to be trading, or more than enough days in the year. There's 220 trading days of the year, so to miss out on a few of them is not a big issue at all. So, yep, a few minutes in now, we've actually triggered into the sixth trade. Um, Yep, we've moved that take profit a few points down. So we're just waiting for that breakout of this area here, which it seems that we finally caught that breakout through the bottom of our chart. So there it is at our original take profit. We're just going to wait for it to fall through a little further. So it's a bit of a long opening trade this morning, waiting for that full breakout. But here is our take profit. Just waiting for that extra push down. So we've gone past our take profit line there. And that is us out of our first morning opening trade. So yeah, a bit of a longer one, as I said, than usual, about 12 minutes into the trade, but we managed to sneak in and move that take profit a bit further. As you can see here, 33 euro profit from that one trade. We're already 0.22% up for the day. And as you can see, I still have a trade running on here. You know, you may say it's going up in quite a lot, but you can see here my total risk at the moment is very, very low. Margin is always also at 50 euros. Um, yeah, it's all about the consistency for us. So if you liked the video, please hit the subscribe button down below. Follow some of our other channels. If you would like to learn more about how to trade or using these tools, please visit the website www.tradersclub24.com and hit on that 30-day free subscription. Okay, thank you very much.